At least, what, a year now? Almost a full year. He's one of my favorite people on the planet. Everyone give a big fucking warm welcome to Mr. Scott Corcoran.
Fucking A, man! Fucking A! Everybody fucking asleep or what? Jesus Christ. Get on up here, because I got some shit to bring out for everybody. I'll put my sets down here so I can figure out what I am doing and where I'm going with it. You will enjoy this. Hello, hello. My name's Scott, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Scott!
I started this band 22 years ago, the Spo-it, shock rock band. We got on Jerry Springer. Played all over the fucking country, every upholstered toilet, CBGB's in New York, Whiskey A Go-Go in LA, all over the fucking place. But I had noticed something, and my mom, she was telling me about Springer, and said, Scott, what the hell do you want to go on Jerry Springer for? And I was like, $50. Alright, so we went out to Springer. It was like so much fun. I was a booker on Springer. I booked it. They said, well, you know, do you know any people that would wear lingerie on television? Do you know any guys that would wear diapers on television? Do you know any girls that are teen prostitutes, teen hookers? Do you know any people that would admit to corporophilia? I was going, yes. Yes, I do. And I got $50 a head for booking it. I love it. We went out to Springer. They put us up in this hotel, paid for everything. They got the Springer bucks to go buy our food and whatever. And so, like, it's like, you gotta get a good night's sleep. You gotta get in early. The fuck no, man. We're going on to Chicago, Andrew. You flew us out here. We're doing Chicago all fucking night long. Like, no, you ought to get in. Oh, fuck no. I'm going out to fucking Chicago. I'm gonna have some fun. Oh, but all right. But your wake-up call's at 8. No problem. We'll be awake. We do this all the time on tour. No problem. So 8 o'clock comes around, and the Reverend Bud calls me up, and he's like, Scott, you all up? Oh, yeah, I'm up, but Jay, he went out for heroin last night. He hasn't come back yet. I'm sure he's be here. He knows when we're supposed to. He's Jerry's asleep in the... But, yeah, I love Jerry Springer. That was my 15 minutes of fame. It's all, like, downhill from here. But let me tell you, I'm not just a shock rocker. I'm a sensitive soul. I have the soul of a sensitive poet. And I know y'all like love poetry here, so I'm going to start y'all off with some love poetry. More accurately, haikus with my favorite sexual positions. Blumpkin is more fun it's possible to have on common toilet. Blumpkin is fun way to make toilet dirty. 2 different ways. Blumpkin's much more fun when she cleans the toilet first while naked. The Cleveland Steamer. I shit on my lover's chest. Smells like victory. The Dirty Sanchez. A trip to Mexico with poop-covered dick. The Dirty Sanchez. Everyone's Picasso with poop-covered dick. The Dirty Sanchez. My poop dick says you need an awesome mustache. Dead prostitute. Not so warm and fresh, but is a bargain. With dick up her ass, donkey punch girl's head. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Alright, we're going into the part of the story where I do true stories from my life. I've been 22 years the king of underground shock rock sexploitation, and I have a few stories, and they are all true, and I even have video of some of them. But first one, I want to tell you about the difference between music and comedy. Like, the biggest difference is, in music, you get a hell of a lot more pussy. I mean, a shit ton more pussy.
Yeah.
And you say, like, Scott, but, you know, you come to get, you must, like, meet some girls or whatever, Well, I did a three-night tour with the Spo-its. Atlanta, Charlotte, and Fayetteville, just recently, 2 pieces of strange pussy. Alright? I've done 50 comedy gigs. Half. And you're like, Scott, how can you have half a cunt? You can't have half a cunt. It's like a donut. You cut it in half, the cunt leaves. You sew the woman back up together, the cunt magically reappears.
Thank you. And I'm sorry for
Anyway, any squirters in the audience? Any women that are squirters? Any squirters? No, no. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
They are!
Squirters? Well, my first squirter was Carla, the dildo queen, and she was in our band. She was my house girl for about a year, and we toured. She was in the Spo-its, and we played this place called Triple B, and it was in North Carolina. So the laws are such that if anyone had walked in from the police, they would have closed the whole fucking place down. We were doing nudity, and we were doing fireworks, and it was just breaking stuff. It was just a big old show. But they had like sealed up the bar, and it was like invitation only. So it was like a private show. We did a lot of those, especially in North Carolina. So like we go back to the biker compound where we're going to be put up for the night, and it's just like a regular like suburban houses, a little one-story thing, except the one we were staying at had a 12-foot wooden fence all the way around. You couldn't see a damn thing. And gates to where you come in and park the car. There's no room for the van, so I parked the van, and like the groups piled out and they went on inside. Carla was looking for something. I figured she was so drunk, I better cut my own self off a slosh of pussy or I'm not going to get any tonight. So I start feeling her up and she jumps on top of me in the thing. And I just like pull my britches down just enough to get my dick out. And she's on top of me with her legs back. And all of a sudden, and she's hitting the fucking horn. Oh, I don't want anybody to come out and wonder what the hell we're doing. So I pull her away from the horn. She's up there, and all of a sudden, she starts to squirt. She had never done this before. Just fluid everywhere. My pants were soaked. My shirt was soaked. Everything was fucking soaked. It was fine for her. She wasn't wearing any underpants or anything. I didn't know what the hell was happening. I'd never been with a squirter before, and it's just like wet all over. I was like, oh man, I have to remember this position. This is great. So I finished up, and I was like, am I going to go back in that trailer and dig through the bags and the amps to find a fresh pair of pants? Or am I just going to walk in with an interesting story to tell? I went with a story idea. But Carla, the dildo queen, she was great. She would do absolutely anything. She had no fear. We played CBGBs, and so they asked me, like, you got any guest list? You want anybody on the guest list? I said, yeah. And it was the first time they'd offered me a guest list at CB, so I was feeling good about the whole thing. And just 2 people I've asked to come out, Merle Allen, Gigi Allen's brother, and Dino Sex, the drummer for the Murder Junkies. The only 2 New Yorkers I know that aren't playing with the band that are going to come out. So they wrote those down. They looked at me kind of funny, like, you don't know fucking Merle Allen. I know fucking Merle Allen. I toured with him. I know fucking Merle Allen. I knew Gigi Allen, too, before he died. So, like, they're setting up stuff, and I'm setting up stuff, and the sound man comes over and grabs me and he said, you're needed at the front door. I'm like, what the fuck ever for? I'm going to check IDs. So I go up there, and it's Merle and Dino, and they're not going to let him in. Evidently, there have been an incident before, and they've been banned from CBGB. So I was talking to Louise, the girl that booked the thing. I said, Louise, you know, these are my friends. We tour with them. They just want to come to see the show. They'll be on their best behavior. I personally guarantee it. So they end up letting them in. Why people listen to me, I'll never know. They let them in. And so we're playing the show. Dawn and Carl get butt-ass naked. We'll more about Dawn later on in True Stories. And Dino comes in, I see him like off the side, and he's like, pulls Dawn over, yanks her fucking panties down, and eats out her pussy right there on the side of the stage while we're performing. And I'm going, way to go, Pinky. Because that's his nickname because he eats so much pussy, they call him Pinky. That was actually nice of Dawn, too, you know, it was like a little cunnilingus before the show. So, or during the show. So then, like, Dino was not going to be upstaged by this. So Dino gets butt fucking ass naked, goes around back, jumps up on the stage, and gets up behind Dawn. And Dawn can't see who it is. And Dino, I don't know how to describe him. He's like got green and yellow hair, and a scraggly green mustache, shaved pubes, and a little wiener dick, looking kind of like a glam rock hobo. So glam rock hobo is feeling Dawn's titties, and Dawn doesn't know who it is, thinks it might be Jay because they've been fucking. But then Jay, who's playing back, gets a little closer, and she can see him, like out of her peripheral, he turns, and she looks around. Ah! But Carla knew what to go, so she jumped into the prop bucket as soon as she saw Dino perving on Dawn, grabs the strap-on dildo out of the prop bucket, puts the strap-on dildo up, and comes and hinders Dino sex with it on stage. And then all of a sudden, all the music stops, and it's the sound man again. Would you please get the naked man off the stage? I could do that. So Dino gets off the stage and puts on some clothes, and Carla drops the soiled dildo. Then later we clean up, and of course we do the idiot check, and you want to grab a lot of stuff. So we break TVs and stuff on stage. You want to grab the good stuff so it doesn't get swept up and thrown away. And I see the dildo. So I pick it up ever so gingerly by the strap, toss it in a plastic bag, tie it up, put it in the prop bucket, where it still is today. Unwashed, uncleaned. I changed the bag once, and I brought it out a couple of times to show people. I keep it in the prop bag because one of these days we're going to need it again.
Fight crime!
All right. Now, everybody says you like incest humor here. All right, we do some more poetry. You like the poetry?
Jumbody!
There once was a tranny named Dinah who was sad for she had no vagina. Each day she'd do tricks and suck lots of dicks. For a cunt, I'd fuck North Carolina.
Well, back that up and say that all over again.
There once was a tranny named Dinah
That's my name.
who was sad for she had no vagina.
It's a comedy DVO.
Each day she'd do tricks and suck lots of dicks. For a cunt, I'd fuck North Carolina.
Tar Heels.
There once was a tranny named Davy who wanted to serve in the Navy. He said, what the hell? There's no don't ask, don't tell. On a boat full of men, all is gravy. A fist-fucking woman named Jane was judged to be legally insane. She fisted a maiden, then cut her heart out for Satan, till the men in white jackets they came. There once was a tranny named Gary who went around unshaven and hairy, covered up in a veil, with his wares out for sale. The discovery was always quite scary.
You got one for William?
Where is the littlest transvestite?
Oh, it's coming up, man. I've got it's on the set list. I gotta do my limericks first. The New York Fire Department proposed to hire a transgender that some had opposed, but she passed all her tests of the trade she professed and had skills at working the hose. A horny necrophiliac Lindsay disliked pedophiles' lack of courtesy. Oh, he fucked Gran in the eye as soon as you said goodbye, but he waited for John Benet Ramsey. I did research on that joke. John Benet is 21 years old. 21 years old last August. So
She was on board until that one.
her corpse is legal. Her corpse is legal.
Figures in a medium.
I heard people like the baby rape jokes here.
No, absolutely not.
That sounds like a goat.
Well, how about some more true stories about my life? All right, Carla and Dawn. The thing I like about Carla the most was that she was bisexual and she liked to bring home girlfriends. So we'd go out to the bars in Savannah, and she had some kind of a crazy radar. And she would pick the prettiest, craziest girl in the whole fucking bar, and we'd bring her home. And one day, she brought home this woman called Dawn. And Dawn ended up joining the Spo-its and performing with us. And she was at the CBGB show, like I said. And she did a lot of things that really annoyed me. One of which is, her cunt was mostly shaved, except there was a small, square patch of hair which she called Tiki Island. Now, I'll put up with a lot of bullshit quietly from a woman to get some pussy. A lot. But Tiki Island? I was like, Dawn, that's not Tiki Island. That's the Hitler stash. You've got Hitler cunt! So that was our pet name for her, Hitler cunt. Now, Dawn and Carla, they were averse to working or getting up early, but they really liked cocaine and drinking. How would this work, you might ask? Well, we go out to this bar, Monty Penny's, and I like the bar because my friend Martin Lesh's band would play there a lot, and I would sit in on saxophone. He said it was like a big elephant coming in, rampaging through the bar, playing a set on his drum, and then rampaging out, for my set. But the girls would go in first, and they had, again, this cocaine radar. I don't know what it is, but there was an ad with cocaine in the bar, and there always was. They would, like, pick out 2 different, like, cocaine guys. They would go, sit down with the guys. Now, I'm still out in the car. They've gone in alone. Now, I come in 10 minutes later. They're already getting drinks bought for them. They're making trips out to the parking lot. And this goes on until all the cocaine is gone from the bar, every bit of it. And at that point, they jump up, grab me in each arm, and say, "All right, Scott, let's go home." That was my cocaine! We were supposed to have drunk and anonymous sex together. It's a contract. It's a contract. But anyway, that was Dawn's.